I mean, again, this conversation in between us.
No cameras, is there?
Yeah, there's one there, look into it.
You make one mistake, you know, it's
You don't actually make a mistake.
no, it's
No, you have to be sure. If you're going to say, then you're going to tell him, frame 3, I'm going to lose.
Precision, strategy, and dirty deals? Turns out the clean image of the green felt hides some dark corners. Stephen Lee made headlines, but rumours hint that even legends like John Higgins might have had their own behind-the-scenes plot twists. Let's start with John Higgins. While most people believe that Stephen Lee was the main figure in snooker's infamous betting scandal, whispers of John Higgins's involvement have been far more complex and controversial. For those who may not follow the world of snooker closely, John Higgins, a 4-time world snooker champion and one of the sport's most accomplished players, was embroiled in a scandal that shook the sport to its core. And yet, his story is far from black and white. To understand why, we need to dig deeper into the details and context surrounding this case. The scandal erupted in 2010 when Higgins and his then manager Pat Mooney were filmed in a covert operation by the News of the World. The footage allegedly showed the two discussing arrangements to lose specific frames in future matches for a total of £300,000. This is the part where eyebrows across the snooker world collectively shot up. John Higgins, nicknamed the Wizard of Wishaw for his incredible talent and seemingly squeaky clean image, was caught on tape talking about match fixing. Now, before jumping to conclusions, let's consider Higgins's defense. He claimed he went along with the conversation out of fear for his safety. According to Higgins, the men behind the sting operation gave off an intimidating air, and he felt coerced into agreeing. But let's be clear, fear or not, the situation painted Higgins in a very poor light. In the end, John Higgins was found guilty of breaching rules regarding betting and bringing the sport into disrepute. However, the tribunal did not find evidence that he actually fixed any matches or intended to do so. He received a 6-month suspension and was fined £75,000. To put that into perspective, Stephen Lee, who was caught in a separate betting scandal, was banned for 12 years and fined £40,000. Many snooker fans to date think this was an unfair decision, and Higgins was let down easily. But what about John Higgins? Well, critics argue that his image has never fully recovered, even though he has continued to perform exceptionally well on the professional circuit. Some believe that the shadow of the scandal still lingers over his achievements, casting doubt on whether all his matches were truly above board. Others, however, see Higgins as a victim of sensationalist journalism and overzealous investigators, caught in a moral grey area rather than outright corruption.
If I'm guilty of anything, it is of naivety and trusting those who I believe were working in the best interests of snooker and myself.
Was he a pawn in a larger scheme, acting out of fear and self-preservation? Or did he knowingly flirt with the darker side of the sport for personal gain? The truth might lie somewhere in between, but one thing is certain. The scandal highlighted the vulnerabilities in snooker's governance and the need for stricter oversight to protect the sport's integrity. Despite the scandal, John Higgins managed to return to the top of his game, proving his resilience and talent. Yet the whispers never fully disappeared, a testament to how damaging even the perception of wrongdoing can be. While Stephen Lee's name is now synonymous with snooker's darkest days, Higgins remains a more ambiguous figure. A man who, rightly or wrongly, escaped with a far lighter sentence than his disgraced counterpart. Now let's move on to a very similar recent incident. Mark King, a professional with over 3 decades in the sport, faced scrutiny in March 2023 due to suspicious betting activity surrounding his match against Joe Perry at the Welsh Open. King lost 4-0, and his lackluster performance, combined with irregular betting patterns, raised red flags. The WPBSA launched an investigation suspending King from the World Snooker Tour. King's career highlights, including his 2016 Northern Ireland Open victory, have since been overshadowed by these allegations. As of now, the investigation is ongoing, but King's future in professional snooker remains uncertain. Moving on, we have the young Liang Wenbo and Li Hang. In 2023, Liang Wenbo and Li Hang were handed lifetime bans after being found guilty of match fixing. Investigations revealed that they not only manipulated their own matches, but also coerced younger, less experienced players into similar activities. Liang, a former top 16 player, had been one of the most prominent figures in Chinese snooker, while Li Hang was also an established professional. Their actions not only destroyed their careers, but also severely tarnished the reputation of snooker in China, a country where the sport was rapidly gaining popularity. Both players were fined £43,000 in addition to their bans. These penalties sent a clear message about the zero-tolerance policy for corruption, but also exposed the deep infiltration of match fixing at various levels of the game. Next, we have a snooker legend known for his Rolls-Royce cue action, Stephen Lee. Stephen Lee's case remains one of the most egregious examples of match fixing in snooker history. Found guilty of fixing 7 matches between 2008 and 2009, Lee manipulated outcomes in high-profile tournaments, including the Malta Cup and the UK Championship. The WPBSA's investigation revealed clear evidence of his collusion with betting syndicates. In 2013, Lee received a 12-year ban and was ordered to pay £125,000 in legal costs. His appeals were unsuccessful, effectively ending his career. The severity of his punishment underscored the WPBSA's commitment to eradicating corruption. Lee's fall from being ranked 5th in the world to a disgraced figure serves as a stark warning to players considering similar actions. And finally, we have Yan Bingtao and Zhao Xintong, 2 of the brightest young talents in snooker, who many believed were destined to dominate the sport for years to come. Yan had already claimed the 2021 Masters title, while Zhao took the 2021 UK Championship, marking them as the future of the game. But in 2023, both were caught in the same investigation that exposed Liang Wenbo and Li Hang, and their meteoric rise came to a screeching halt. The WPBSA handed them 5-year suspensions, punishment that effectively sidelined them during the peak years of their careers. The revelation of their involvement shocked fans and underscored how deeply match fixing had infiltrated even the sport's most promising generation. Their bans sent a clear message, but also raised questions about the vulnerabilities facing younger players in the professional circuit. For Yan and Zhao, what once seemed like a golden future now stands in ruins, a cautionary tale of talent lost to corruption. But that's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on the topic? Let us know in the comments. For more snooker content, click on the screen right now.